Hi, my name's Steve Consalvez and I'm the UK Firewalking instructor. I train firewalking instructors from all around the world. They travel from Brazil, from Mexico, Argentina, China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, South Africa. We've even got people coming from Nepal and people coming from Australia. They come to the UK to learn to become firewalking instructors. And there's been a lot of media involvement just recently because apparently 5 people needed some kind of hospitalization over there in the US. We don't know the names of these 5 people. None of them have come back to the press and said anything or spoken to the press at all. We don't know where they've gone. But there's one thing that annoys us in the firewalking community. It's the complete contradiction that the media has between scientists and the rest of us. So there are scientists all over the planet that say the reason why you cannot burn on a firewalk is because it's physics. You physically cannot burn on a firewalk because you're not in contact with the coals fast enough, they don't conduct enough heat, or there's a layer of ash, or the speed at which you're going over it, or the fact that your feet has got tiny droplets of sweat on it, which means that it dissipates the heat. Either way, scientists all over the world say that's why nobody ever burns at a firewalking event. Nobody ever gets blisters. And then what you have is you have people who go to events and do get blisters. So I want to set the record straight. I've trained nearly 300 people to become firewalking instructors, and some of those firewalking instructors are now the biggest and most successful firewalking instructors in the countries that they reside in. And I can tell you that firewalking, like rock climbing, like bungee jumping, like any of these events, has got risk in it. The only companies that can provide an absolutely risk-free firewalking event are the ones that don't really provide firewalks. What they do is provide pathetic examples of slightly warm black coals that have cooled down to about 200 or 300 degrees with no real heat on the surface that people walk over with a bit of kerosene on the side lit up to produce flames. And they're not firewalks. You know, they're literally no fire, because there's no flames in the coals, there's nothing left. So those are the only events where there is absolutely no risk, and there's also no fun and no adventure in there as well. Firewalking is a risky thing to do. That's why everybody that we train gets all of their delegates to sign a waiver that says if they require medical treatment that they can't come back to us and talk about that. They can't come back to us and take us on. They can't come back and sue us. They're doing it at their own risk. And they accept that it is dangerous. They accept that there is risk. Now, I happen to know, having been involved in this environment for 25 years, that people who are not mentally prepared for the firewalk, there is a huge amount of anecdotal evidence that I have collected that says that people that aren't mentally prepared are typically the ones that might get a little blister. The point is that everyday life you can get blisters. With firewalking, millions of people have done it, and they've done it primarily, not for fun, they've done it primarily as a way of proving to themselves that given the right state of mind and given the right environment for them to take action despite fear, that they can overcome their fears. And that is considered by most of them to be worth the possibilities of getting a little blister. The same kind of blister that you'd get if you wear a new pair of shoes. But if you wear a new pair of shoes, people don't go back to the shop and say, these shoes have blistered me, I'm going to sue you. They don't. They expect if they overwear a new pair of shoes that they're going to get a blister. Likewise, when people firewalk, they're told expressly at the start that it's a dangerous pursuit, that they might possibly be one of a small number of people that gets a little blister. But over there in the States, there were 5 people that apparently got some kind of medical treatment from 7,000 people. That's just 5. At a rock concert, you get more than that. So 5 people from 7,000, again this is an example of the media just over-reporting it. So if anybody's got any issues or anybody wants any information about firewalking, come and see me. We're available at firewalk.co.uk. I've got 25 years experience. I'm probably the most experienced firewalking instructor this side of the USA. So if you've got any questions, come and talk to us. We'll be happy to answer those questions. And if there's any scientists out there, all I would say to you, you don't need to look very far. Just have a look at Mythbusters, you know, where they tried to prove that firewalking was completely harmless. And yes, they took Adam to hospital. There's a lot to it. And I've seen it where it works incredibly well, and I've seen it where it doesn't work. And I know that when I teach my instructors that they're very aware of how to conduct firewalking seminars that can be run safely and effectively and efficiently. But can we take away all of the risks? No, you can't, because you don't know what people are going to do. You can't even guarantee that people are going to walk straight. So in order to answer the messages that have been coming out because of Tony Robbins' event in the US, firewalking is a dangerous pursuit. We all ask people to sign waivers. You expect a small number of people to potentially get a blister, but it shouldn't take away from the fact that millions of people have done the firewalk and got a tremendous amount from it. And that's what people need to focus on, not the fact that 5 people out of 7,000 needed some kind of small hospital attention. And where are those people now? Nobody knows, because they had such a fantastic time, they don't want to take it any further. But if anybody wants to find out more, especially in the media, or if there are any scientists out there that want to run a scientific experiment, then come and talk to us at firewalk.co.uk, and we'll be happy to work with you to prove or disprove whatever is the theory that you've got. My name's Steve Consalvez. You can get hold of me at steve.consalvez@firewalk.co.uk, or just come to our website and give us a call. Thank you.